All right, welcome back to the Hometown Heroes podcast, presented by Hometown Heroes Sports and Trey Shot This. I'm Jim Kravick, and that's Daniel Seaman over there. And our guest today, Jan Edits, and Johnny, you're going to have to say your last name.
I'm Johnny Kotsatos.
There
I ran Jan Edits for a long time, and now I do stuff with Trademark Sports and Entertainment.
Perfect. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Oh, man, I can't thank you enough for having me. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't feel like a hometown hero 'cause I'm so young, but maybe one day, hopefully.
You're on the way.
Hopefully.
So, my first question, I was like, how'd you get started with editing? Like, how'd that come about?
It was just something I did growing up when I was 10, 11, just for fun.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I was 13, I started just DMing athletes like Ben Simmons, D'Angelo Russell, and they started reposting it.
Yeah.
So I just kept working at it till I was 14, 8th grade. I made my page, and then from there, it just kind of just took off.
So as you've worked, you worked with some pretty interesting people. I've heard that you worked with Bronny, Bronny James, Jalen Green. So what was your experience working with them, and did you ever meet them face to face?
I mean, Bronny I've met 3 times. That was IRL experience.
Yeah.
I saw him playing Akron back-to-back summers. Went back to his locker room after.
Was that at St. V's?
St. V's kicked it after. I was the only person, bro.
Yeah, it's wild.
His security lady was after the game was where's Jan at? So, all the media people, and I was who? And she's like, what's your name? I'm oh, yeah, that's me. And so I went back there, got a picture. I sat next to LeBron during the game the second year.
That's crazy.
It's me to you, bro.
Really?
LeBron. I didn't say much. I just dabbed them up, but
yeah.
You couldn't, because you couldn't get pictures of them. I was
But
trying,
it's still,
but
at the same time, you were
Jalen Green. He was his recruitment was really low key because he didn't go to college. So
right.
He wasn't really messing with any of the editors. He didn't want to spill anything. But I got to know him pretty good. His last year at UIVL, we'd always text because it was either me or Tipton. So he'd be texting me bashing Tipton or something. So I made a couple of his offers and interest edits. But those are two of the big ones, I'd say. The few bigger ones, I'd say.
Do you stay in contact with them today? Do you ever talk to
a few guys I talked to still. I've talked to Bronny a couple times since I sold you on edits.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons, if I stop on his story, he'll like it, my response or something. I talk to Michi Johnson at South Carolina all the time. He's one of the best players in the SEC.
Yeah.
Wade Taylor is the preseason player of the year at SEC. I talk to him a lot. Talked to Paolo Banchero a few times. Trevor Keels, he drafted the Knicks. I mean, a few guys I still keep in touch, right?
Yeah.
But once they go to the league, it's kind of they don't really hit everybody back like they used to.
They're so big now.
Yeah.
So when you were going to sell Jan Edits, were you trying to do something else, or what was it?
Well, my going into junior year, mid-junior year, I brought 3 kids along to help work with me.
Yeah.
So one kid edits with me. George, he does trademark with me now. I mean,
okay.
we work for our friend Ty with trademark. George is the bomb. And then I had these 2 kids, both in Fort Lauderdale, Ethan and Tyler. They bought half of the page from me. So we kind of just worked together for 2.5 years. And then I was I got to the point I'm about to be a junior in college. I want to be a sports agent, work with that kind of
right.
and get into that stuff. So they bought it from me, and we still keep in touch. I talk to them all the time still, but
so they run the page now.
Yeah, but
okay.
I mean, they always hit me up for help or something. Contact with somebody, I always help them. It's
so you still own 50% of that?
No, I sold the whole thing. Sold the whole thing.
Okay.
Which is good because it's a lot. Especially with NIL, transfer portal,
all
that now,
wild,
dude. I mean, the amount of people who are asking you for edits is crazy.
Yeah, and you mentioned going into the sports agent world, and I know me and you talked prior to this, and you were talking about how you were in New York.
Oh
for
yeah,
a couple months,
I was in New York for my winter break. It was good. I got the Internet Sports Agency, which was really fun. Best experience I could ask for.
Yeah.
Learned a lot, saw a lot. Got to see how these big companies manage all these players and all that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's that's my dream job. I mean, shit, who knows? I mean, it's a hard field to get into, but
right.
Leon stuff definitely helped me build a lot of connections with stuff.
Yeah, I think. That field some of it's wild though, because once you get into it, you're into
it's
it.
crazy.
Once you get that one guy, just the one dude that is Tommy DeVito's agent. Everybody knows who that dude is.
Yeah, once you're in it, you're in.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So are these guys that you've done edits for? Eventually, do you want to try to work with them in their agencies, or are you kind of just going to try to find your guys?
I mean, I know. I mean, I have a lot of guys from the area who play like major like Division I ball who I like edited for the whole time. So like it'd be sick if they like made the league and like I'll just represent them. Like one of my best friends plays at Iowa State. I did all his edits through high school. I went to all his like college visits. I went to Ohio State with him, Cincinnati with him. I went to Ames last year to see him. Like so like, and I have a friend who plays at Rice. I did the same with him. Like made all their stuff. So like that's been like cool. Right. But again, like I'm only like 20, so it's like hard to be like, oh, I want to represent you. Like, so we'll see though.
Still getting the degree and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like still young.
So what's like the major? Is it
I'm sports management.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm going for. As
well.
Oh
yeah, yes sir. Let's go. There we go.
I still got some time.
Yeah, you got some time.
we'll see how it goes.
You got some time. I had no idea what I was doing when I was a sophomore. I was just making edits.
Yeah.
Like just reaching out to everybody.
You mentioned you went to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, that was sick.
So, one of the friends of our show, Terrell Vidal, who will be on the next episode, you said you met him down there. What was the experience like with him, or with like just your experience in Vegas for the Super Bowl?
Well, one of my dad's best friends knows Terrell well, so like we had like lunch and dinner with him. He was awesome, cool dude, funny. He was good. His entertainment stuff's sick. Super Bowl was a dope experience. Never thought I'd go. Don't know why we went, but it was cool. It was worth it. It was cool to see the Chiefs. I mean, so many famous people walking around. Like, I saw like Kyler Murray, saw Lamar Odom, Kai Cenat.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like Devin Witherspoon. Half the Seahawks DBs are just roaming around the casino, just chilling. It was crazy.
Like you're just like
everyone's down there.
And like we were like saying like before this like. In the Super Bowl, there was just so many famous people there, and with it being in Vegas, even if you weren't at the game, you were still like you still could.
No, you can just see him walking around. Like Kyler Murray was walking around like no security guard or nothing, just kicking it. Like,
yeah, that's wild.
That's awesome.
I saw Justin Jefferson at the airport.
Yeah,
right in front of me at TSA, spot him out. Like he was just so low key, like nobody knew who he was, and I pointed him out, and he was like, he shushed me because he was dressed up so low key.
So do you ever think you'll get back into like editing, like now that you've sold the company?
Well, like I still do like my new thing with Trademark. I do. They work with a lot of NFL guys. Like my friend Ty, he's filmed and edited for like the biggest of the big: Justin Jefferson, Saquon, Garrett Wilson. One of his best friends is like one of his good friends is DJ Dallas on the Seahawks. So. And like we work a lot. Like, I'm helping a lot of like the brand stuff and like the client stuff. Yeah, so that's my job. But like I still like will do graphics. Like if someone reaches out for an edit, like of course I'll do it. Like just on occasion. Yeah, it's just got so old. Like I did it for like 8 years of my life. Was just editing.
Has there ever been like an edit where you were like, this edit's crazy? Like what was like an edit you did where it's like that stands out from the rest?
I probably have one on my phone. I can probably show you real fast.
Can we put it up on the screen?
Yeah. I gotta find a good one.
Like one that's just like, that edit.
I wanna find someone. Oh. I did one like, this is from 2020, of Jalen Green and Sharif Cooper and Greg Brown, all three in the NBA, to Auburn. And Jalen posted it on his Instagram story. He said, I like this lineup better. The other one was crap. I made like the 4 guys. That's a good one. I have a couple. This one, Josh Christopher. He's on the Jazz. Okay. He's Arizona State. Yeah. First round pick. Right. I made him a Michigan edit, and he said this might be the hardest Michigan edit I've ever seen. I can put that on the screen if you want. Where's that right here?
Yeah, well, we could always edit it on.
He said that one. That was one.
That's nice.
That was one. I did that like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that is.
He showed hella love. There's been a lot of Kentucky and like Duke ones. Like that's all the followers like. Yeah. That's what the biggest fan base is. But
so what was like? How did how'd the followers come about? Like, did you like get a ton of them at once from someone reposting it?
Yeah,
or is it just like over time?
I give a lot of credit to Sharif Cooper. He had a lot of clout in high school. He's like 3,000 followers. Yeah. Like he would repost everything about him I'd post.
Really?
So like, I used to post a lot on the Instagram story. Like I post all their stats and stuff, and he'd post. And a big thing that like would get engagement. Time is a what if edit. So I'd do like a what if edit of all the top 10 players. Like every school, they have like a big offer for him. So everyone gets engaged with it. So that was big. Sharif Cooper, I give a lot to. A couple like Jalen Green posted that at one time. Yeah. At the time, I got Darius Garland to post one years back. Yeah. Made him edit years back.
Yeah, that's wild.
Him and his teammate, he went to school with a 5-star, Simi Chatu. I did a lot for him. Okay. I mean, dude, all over the place. I'm like, I did like the whole 2020 class and whole 2019 class. Like Cole Anthony, Paul Banchero posted a lot of my stuff. Chuck Holmgren reposted in Ohio State. I made one time. That was tough. Yeah. I mean, all over the place. Like, all the top 50 ranked guys I probably pretty much worked with.
Right.
So, like, I mean, a lot of those. Oh, Zaire Wade posted one, then he blocked me.
We need the backstory.
Yeah, I have a few good stories, but, so, like, I have I know where these guys were going before, like, they would post it. I mean, if you told, like, they tell me something, most of them would tell me. Yeah. Even if they didn't tell me, I just know. Cause, I just had, like, good sources at the time.
Right.
So, one time he was, like, announcing, like, the transfer. I leaked it, like, 10 minutes early.
Oh, no.
And it was, like, I was a sophomore. And it was junior year prom, and like we were just all there watching like the introductions and stuff. Yeah. And he is just blowing my phone up, saying how the media just sucks and what's wrong with me and all this stuff. Blocked me. I wonder if I still have his number. I feel like I do.
That's crazy how he just blocked you though. I mean, it's like I
have Zaire Wade.
That's awesome.
Zaire Wade. He blocked me. That was bad because Dwayne Wade's son was one of my favorite players ever. So. Right. But, a lot of guys have helped me get a lot of followers. Like, a lot of the IMG guys from, like, they have had a lot of studs I've worked with. The Montverde guys, especially, like, Dariq Whitehead was my guy. I did a lot for him. He won Player of the Year, like, my senior year. So, I did a lot of edits for him, too.
So, what was, like, the one post where you put it out there and then... I guess the question is, who was the first guy to reach out to you that was, like, a big name, like, high school player or college player?
So, when I started in 8th grade... The three biggest guys from our area were Kai Wright, he went to Farrell, Maceo Austin, he went to Kenny Catholic, and Oscar Toshiba, you guys probably know. Yeah. He went to Kentucky, league now. I worked with those three when I started. Before Yawn Edits, I was making them edits.
Yeah.
So once I started Yawn, like Kai Wright went to Pitt, and then he went to he's like James Madison now, but he's like one of the best high schoolers I've ever seen play. Like, he was quarterback in high school, he was raw. Yeah. He had like Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, Pitt, UNC, Wisconsin, like final schools. They were all hitting him up. So I made all his edits. Commitment, everything. Maceo was like a 4-star in basketball. Did all his stuff. Oscar, obviously big. I did all his
National
stuff.
Player of the Year.
Yeah. So then from the area, like those guys definitely helped me get out there. Because I was in 8th grade. Like I don't even know like who to work with.
Yeah.
And then once I started, like the first class I got to work with fully was like the 2019 class, which was like Cole Anthony and all those guys. So I did them. And that's kind of how I took off, I guess. I usually give credit to those three guys from local because it was the first guys to start posting my stuff, and everyone was hitting me on the side for edits.
Yeah.
So
what class was Zion in?
18. I started my page like when he was about to graduate.
Yeah. Okay.
So I didn't really like to work with any of those guys. Like there's Garland a few times and a couple other guys.
That class was actually wild though.
Yeah, they were wild.
And on them RJ,
John Morant.
Yeah. That Duke team was crazy.
Yeah, I'm a Duke fan, so I was like,
when I was young, Zion, Cam Reddish was on that team.
Yeah, that team was nasty.
Trey Jones.
Love Trey Jones.
Behind the camera. But no, dude, that team was nuts, and they was Isn't Trey's brother in the NBA too?
Yeah, Tyus.
Yeah, Tyus Jones.
Tyus was on the natty at Duke. He was a dog.
Yeah. He played with what's his name?
Okafor and all that. Winslow. Yeah, that's a good team.
Yeah, that team was actually stacked. And I was like, when I was younger, I loved Duke. Like, I don't know.
This time I still love Duke, but growing up they had so many good studs.
Yeah, because they always had the best guys.
I think it's just because all my friends were UNC fans, so I just wanted to be there. Yeah, like Duke's like the shit. Like, like that's like how it started for me. But yeah, when Zion went, like I was so upset when they lost to Michigan State.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose to UCF.
They should have lost to UCF that year.
They should have, and then
with Taco Fall.
Yeah.
They should have lost to UCF that year in the second round, and then they barely blew by in the third round, and then the fourth round, Michigan State is just too.
Well, I remember because I picked them to win. I'm like, this team is too good not to win at all. And I lose. I was like in 8th grade. I tear up my bracket.
Yeah, no, they were too good, way too good.
No, yeah, that team was nuts.
But that's
Taco Fall. He was a cheat code in college.
Yeah.
Bigger than everybody. It's like Zach Edey.
It's like Zach Edey now. Yeah, we're like...
Have you ever seen that picture of Taco Fall when he was like standing next to that reporter?
Yeah.
She was like 5'8".
Yeah, she's 5'8". He's like all the way up.
Yeah, dude, that picture was nuts. Like, that dude's just massive.
Now he's over balling in like Taiwan or something like that.
Yeah. He was with the Cavs, and then...
Celtics and then the Cavs. Yeah,
Celtics, Cavs, yeah.
Yeah. He had a little run for a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
So, did you work with Saquon at all in New York?
So there was like a big event, like for trademark. We worked with this company a lot. It's with my friend Ty. Like I give Ty all the credit for that. We went to the event, and like he does what you do, kind of video stuff. And I've never like seen it behind the scenes. So I was watching them work behind the scenes. I was like, oh, that's sick. And like the whole Giants team was there.
Yeah.
So he like introduced me to Saquon and stuff. Got a picture. Like,
Tommy
cool
DeVito?
dude.
Tommy
I didn't see. I left a little early. He came later than my friend said.
Oh.
But like they were all there. Came on Thibodeau, all the wide receiver core. It was cool. Daniel Jones. So Saquon meeting him was sick. Definitely one of definitely one of those things people I've probably met. Probably in the top 5. He was cool.
What about Justin Jefferson? Did you meet him or no?
It was in the airport in front of me at TSA.
Oh, I thought you worked with him with the trademarks.
Oh, my friend Ty has with all those guys. I joined on trademark in like the fall, so I've seen like helping out like the little stuff right now too. Like, but he's big. Like,
so what's like your role in that right now?
It's like working with like brand deals for the guys and like his client stuff. Like I've been trying to help him with the graphics lately.
Okay.
In, like the social media part, because we're trying to figure out like how to grow the page a little more. I mean, maybe like 3,000 followers. But like he's trying to like do more on the growing side, like more with engagement. So we're figuring out a lot of stuff. Because we have a really good editing team, too. Like, my guy, George, who did Yarn Ads with me. Yeah. He's a great graphic designer. Like, he's one of the best, like, I've seen. He's good.
So my next question would be, like, so what's your goal with all of, like, with your degree, like, in college? Or what's the next step for you? Like,
I mean, hopefully work at a sports agency and go from there. That's, like, the main, like, goal.
Are you going to try to, like, go to like a big city like New York or like?
I mean, you kind of have to.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like if you want to like get big,
it's whatever opportunity presents
itself. But I'm still I'm big on the NIL stuff. I love like I'd love to work with NIL because I did these high school kids for so long. Kind of just like know like what fits them the best. Like
Is there like a specific sport you'd rather work with?
I mean, I love basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge football fan. Like, but like basketball is like kind of like what got me out there. Like working with these high school basketball kids. High school basketball is just so. There's so much clout in it. Yeah. With like overtime slam and all that.
Especially in high school, I feel like there's more clout. There is more, and there's way more clout in like high school basketball than there.
The players have more followers,
right? And than there will ever be in high school football.
I mean, I feel like that's because a lot of times these guys are going to be pros sooner. So like the NFL, like a 5-star in college, he still's got to play like 2 to 3 years of college football. Yeah. And he might even redshirt years, so that's 4 years away.
But the media outlets are also bigger for high school basketball kids. Right. There's so many big media, like even like I was Jan would probably I'm probably the second biggest high school editing page, I'd say. Definitely am. Yeah. The first was Tipton. Tipton had like 200,000 followers. I had like 50. Yeah. Tipton got if they weren't going to me, they were going to Tipton. So he definitely like I'm like competitor. Yeah. So he had everyone like.
Have you ever met him?
No, we didn't like each other for a very long time.
For real?
Did you ever like talk to him or like texted him or anything?
I mean, like it was a lot of beef most of the time.
Really?
Because like,
how'd that get started?
He did it way longer than I did. He's way older than me. He's like probably 27 now.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just came out of nowhere and I started stealing all of his guys. I mean, I played blew up really fast.
Right. Yeah.
And it was competition. Like I wanted to do like we were competing to who's getting the repost on these edits to like gain more following. Like every top 100 player, me and him were going after. Like DMing I was DMing kids as freshmen in high school. So once they're seniors, they come to me. Like I remember I was in Greece and I was DMing like Paulo Banchero when he's a freshman, Chet Holmgren as a freshman. So senior year, I get to know him, build a connection up to like make other edits.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever go out to like their games or whatever when you like, or even like the high school games?
I've seen a lot of guys play. I saw a good story. Saw LaMelo play my freshman year. Rocket Rocks that team when they played Brush.
Yeah, that's wild.
Brush's coach and I are very close, and Brush's center at the time, John Hughley, plays at Oklahoma now with the Pit. Okay. That was like my guy. I went to like all of his games. The game sold out versus LaMelo and them.
That's wild.
So I brought me and 3 friends went up. We didn't have tickets. His boy snuck us in the back door to get in the game. So we saw LaMelo play. Met LaMelo after the game. Rocket Walks, I think at Jackson.
So what year was that for LaMelo? Did you say his freshman?
It was a senior year. I was a freshman in high school. We went up.
So was that Rob Bob too? The big dude, really skinny. Yeah. 7'7".
Yeah, all them. Like we saw LaMelo play. I've seen a lot of guys play. Malachi Branham.
What was seeing LaMelo play like?
He was sick.
I feel like that would have been.
I got a picture of LeVar at the game. LeVar was there.
That's so tough.
No, LaMelo was really good. Rocket Walks is really good too.
Yeah.
I saw Brush play a lot. I've seen a lot of kids play.
Who was like the craziest hooper you've seen play? Like, who's like stands out amongst the rest? Like, I'm sure Bronny was tough, but
even like Toshiba, like he was probably.
Toshiba was a beast in high school.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to so many games. Like,
Like, I feel like LaMelo.
I saw Huntington Prep play when they were really good in 2020. They could go into Duke. Jameer Brakefield was really good in high school. He was a beast.
I feel like
Chris Livingston. I saw him play a few times.
No,
I got a picture. I was really close with him for a while.
Oh, really?
We lived up after one of the games.
Yeah.
He was really good. I'd probably say LaMelo, but like right now, the best kid I think is gonna be in like 3 years is Marcus Johnson. He goes to Garfield Heights.
Okay.
He's like top like 10 class 2026.
Jeez.
He's from Cleveland, like right down the road. It's
Michi. We're talking about.
It's Michi's or 27. I forget, he's a freshman or sophomore, but Michi Johnson's cousin. He's a beast, like unreal. He'll be in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm really close to their family. Like I made all of Michi and his brother Sonny's edits. So like the dads and I make. You know what Neo Youth Elite is?
I've heard.
Have you ever heard Neo? It's a big like camp for the summer. I did all their flyers and stuff. So I've heard them a lot. And like the little one, like he's gonna be league bound. Like he's gonna be better in Ohio. Like one of the best to ever come to Ohio. Like
where do you think he's gonna go? Like a Duke or UNC or Kentucky?
I mean, he's like a lot. Right now he's like Alabama, LSU, Tech, Ohio State. I can see. Well, like they love. I mean, Michi's coming to Ohio State at first, so they have like kind of Ohio State ties.
Yeah.
So I mean, he could always be there, but I mean, he can go anywhere he wants.
I wish Bronny went to Ohio State.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to till like the end of it. I was like, he's definitely gonna stay home. But
did you get any like inside with that? Or
no, that's the only recruitment I never got any inside info on.
I feel like
and I know
like
a guy,
did.
and I know a guy, and I know a guy at USC who would always give me USC info.
Really?
Like
I feel like nobody really knew until like it came out.
Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And like I knew a guy at USC too for like 4 years. He was giving me all the info, like if someone was going there, who was visiting. So I have it posted, but I had nothing on that. And most of the guys I would know like where they're going.
Yeah.
Have you got any?
No.
Have you had any like teams reach out to you, like college teams or like even I wouldn't.
No college,
professional teams,
but a lot of AAU and EYBL teams I've worked with.
Okay.
Like Team Final, they've had some of the biggest. Amani Bates played there. Jalen Durin played there. I mean, let me look it up. See me. Team Final. I wonder how many NBA players have played for this team. I mean, it's 2 right there. Team Final was really big. They've had some really big guys. Mekhi Bridges. This guy with the balls in NBA. It's Lonnie Walker. Like, I worked for them. They sent me like gear and all that. They're really big. I worked with them for a while. Team Renaissance I worked with, and the UIBL. I've worked with a few UIBL teams. I've done like ads and stuff for, but Team Final was big. I was like a freshman. They were sending me like gear and stuff, sweatsuits, all that.
That's awesome. Though.
I did a lot for them.
And they were probably playing in front of like huge.
Oh, they were wrong.
Yeah.
They almost won Peach Jam the year Amani and Jalen were together. And they had one other kid too. Oh, and Derek Lively on the Mavs.
Yeah.
They had like the 3 best players in the country at one point on their team. Crazy.
Those AAU teams are nuts because it's like
stacked.
It's like you get all the best players from around the country coming together one team, and then they're playing against other teams of all the best players in the country.
Like it was like. Especially, like, I wonder what it was like when Bronny played AAU with, like, that Blue Chips team.
Well, so, like...
Yeah, all that, too.
Well, I have a friend who played AAU against, like, the Blue Chips.
Yeah, I mean, one of mine has as well.
Yeah, so it's like... Yeah. They're saying, like, you know, like, LeBron walks in and then there's just, like, a buzz in the gym.
Dude.
But it's, like, it almost gets, like, quiet, but it's, like, loud quiet.
Like,
that makes
the
sense.
game at St. V's, when I sat next to him, I mean, at halftime, no lie, 40 kids went running over to get a picture, and, like, security was like, no, like, you ain't, like, no one's getting close to him. And I
does he have, like, a section, like, blocked off?
Yeah, it was section blocked off. It was just me right here, and the section's, like, right here.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, like, I couldn't even, like, get a picture. Like, I just dabbed him up real fast, like.
Yeah.
Did you, like, talk to him at all during the game? That's, like,
I just, like, I've introduced myself, like, cause he asked, like, how do you get so close here?
Yeah.
And I was like, your son, like, me media for this stuff and all that.
Yeah. So what was that like just chilling with Bronny after the game? Like, was that just
it was
like
cool. It was cool to meet him because I've like done so many ads for him for so long.
Yeah.
It was a little quick, but like then I went to see him last December after the game. They lost to St. V's, but like that's after the game and stuff. Like he like recognized me in the court and stuff.
I remember that. That was when he went for that shot in the corner, wasn't it? Was that shot?
Was that the one?
That was in the summer.
Was that the was the one you're talking about? Is that the ESPN game they played?
It was on ESPN, yes. Yeah. That was on ESPN.
I remember St. V's being on ESPN. It was like a big thing. They played a game in the Staples Center a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was the first time they matched up, and they played again. They played like 3 years straight when Bronny was in high school.
Yeah.
I saw Bryce play too.
He's gonna be good.
I think
he's
my take. I think Bryce is gonna be better.
See, I'm the other side.
He got big though.
He's massive.
I'm not gonna diss on Bryce at all, but I don't know.
I mean, they're both good. I mean,
I think Bryce has a little more developing than he's young though. He is massive though.
Yeah. I don't know.
You think Bronny should stay in college? I think Bronny should stay in college.
Yes. No, I honestly, my like true honest opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he's like ready to go.
I think he's a bad situation now at USC.
He's like the seventh guy.
It's not even that. Just like no offense to like Isaiah Collier or like Boogie Ellis, but like they're ball dominant. They need the ball in their hands. They need to take the shots.
Right.
Like they're like not ball hogs, but like
no, that's some player types.
That's a player type that they need the ball. So it's just like
it
doesn't really work out. It wasn't a good fit for him. I think.
Yeah.
Like at Ohio State, he would have been like
the guy.
Go a lot more often.
Yeah, Ohio State stinks this
Ohio
year.
State basketball needs a lot.
Right,
Michigan stinks.
You don't need to just start going ripping on Ohio State.
They're not good.
They need a big rebuild for sure.
No, they do. I remember I was a little kid. I remember I thought they were going to win March Madness.
Oh, Aaron Kraft and all those studs.
Yeah.
Dude, that team. They went on a run there for a while. They had Greg Oden at one point.
Yeah,
Jared Sullinger, Deshaun Thomas. They had some studs for a while.
Don't forget about D'Lo.
D'Lo, I love D'Lo. I didn't add it from Ohio State.
So he's what's it called? Top 10 in threes, I think it was for the Lakers now.
D'Lo's balling.
Dude, he's
since the trade rumors, he's really picked it up.
No, yeah, he definitely is. He's definitely going crazy right now.
So since you said basketball is your favorite, who's your pick this year for March Madness? If you watch, and then
I watch a lot of college basketball. I watch a lot of college ball. Too much almost. I always watch all the guys at it for.
Do you bet on it?
Nah.
Are you a bettor?
Nah.
I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like I kind of pay attention to it, but I pay attention to it from like the betting side. So it's like
I used to be, but not anymore. But
yeah,
we don't get into that. I think like right now, I'm a Duke fan, so like, I think Duke's squad's deep enough to win it all. But like,
you think so?
Yeah, I do. I love their team. I think they have a good team. They're healthy.
So, like I said, like I used to like be a big Duke fan. I mean, I don't really. When Coach K like left, I really like kind of stopped paying attention to him. Like, that was my guy, dude. I loved Coach K.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I feel like I have a feeling Kentucky's like.
I think
they're weird
like,
though.
For me, like I'm gonna break it down to you like this. Like if you like my opinion on it, I think Kentucky's the most talented team. But like the 5 teams that I'd like to I think UConn's gonna have to go back to back.
Yeah.
UConn, Duke. I like Iowa State a lot. Iowa State's raw.
Iowa State.
I like Baylor too.
Baylor's good. They're deep.
Baylor's won like 2 straight games, 2 national TV games at home in a row.
I like Creighton a lot.
Creighton.
Yeah. What about like a?
You think to go all the way, Creighton?
Yes.
All the way.
Yes. I think they're good enough too. And I think Alabama. The thing with Alabama is they can shoot themselves out of games so easy. But if they're on, because they check like 4 teams of a game,
they're not going to lose.
They could beat anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I look for. I mean, March is pretty unpredictable. You just can't like last year was the first year I ever made a bracket like that, and like I had like 2 of the Final 4 teams. I had Miami and San Diego State.
Yeah.
Like you have to predict the unpredictable. Like
that is wild, and like
I think like this
Purdue
year,
lost, like that was just like.
We talked about with Brandon Rush. I was there when Purdue lost.
Oh, you were
sitting. Somehow we found
at
tickets
the school by the school he used to go to.
Yeah, so Brandon played for Fairleigh Dickinson.
No way.
Purdue. Yeah. So Brandon transfers. Last year was his first year here.
This is last year.
Yeah, so he's a 5th year now.
Okay.
And so FDU makes the tournament, 16 seed, playing Purdue. I go to Columbus for the game.
Yeah.
And so we found tickets in the FDU parent section. So it was like 10 minutes before tip off. We went to the first session. My parents were like, "You want to go to the second one?" I'm like, "Sure." We found like really cheap tickets. I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna be sitting in the nosebleeds." Literally like 10 rows back, but they were in the FDU parent section, so they were like not as expensive.
Right.
And so we're sitting there, and right in front of us was obviously one of the parents of the team.
Yeah.
And we're sitting, the mom's crying as their son's like celebrating in the middle.
Oh, I mean that's electric.
Throwing the ball.
Yeah,
like
dude,
I don't know. I'm like, when they lost, Purdue lost. I'm like, like they're a team this year. Everybody's like they might do. I don't. After seeing that last year, I think they're gonna lose in the second round.
There's a few sleepers I like though. I like.
Indiana State?
I don't buy that hype. I like the Mountain West a lot. Like I like Nevada.
I'm in the middle on them,
I like Nevada.
I think they could do it.
San Diego State. I love Memphis.
San Diego State's always just
so weird.
If Memphis gets in, they could beat FAU again.
Yeah,
they're loaded. I think Michigan State's made for March. They always are.
FAU's the same team, so it's like they didn't really lose anybody. I think they're starting
they're
five.
The same team. I like FAU.
They got that big dude. They're big. Their center number like 50. He's really good.
I saw the projected bracket. I saw a couple 8-9. I saw some 8-9. See, like Nebraska's an 8-9. Nebraska could shoot and beat anybody, any of the ones. Mississippi State's a good 8-9. I saw one of the projected brackets like yesterday I was looking at. There's a few teams I can see. I think because college basketball is portal and stuff's getting so much bigger,
right?
And there's so many teams are so much better. It's not how it used to be. There's like 5-10 teams. There's like 50 teams that could beat anybody. Like
again, going back to San Diego State. Like San Diego State went on a little run last year.
But I do
they beat Bama, right?
I do like Creighton though. I really am high on the Blue Jays.
Well, their coach
McDermott,
dog. His kid. Did you see? He did an interview. He does interviews like all the time, and every time they ask him, they're like, "How'd you recruit your son to come play for you?" He's like, "Well, I sleep with his mom." So that was like the first.
his son was a beast. Doug was insane.
No, dude, he was actually crazy.
But yeah, that's anyone's game. I think there's some fraud teams though. I think UNC. I think I think Kansas. I think some of those teams. Even Arizona doesn't really impress me. I think Purdue's gonna lose early again.
So do I. I just because I literally watched it with my own. Like,
I don't know though because they're coming in with a little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, but they have been the last 2 years. They lost to St. Peter's 2 years ago.
I think.
All right, but here's the thing.
And then they lost to
FDU.
FDU.
Dude. It's not like FDU went through Purdue, and then they didn't really go on a crazy run.
No, you're right.
St. Peter's went on a run.
Yeah, they did. They beat Kentucky too.
They went on a run.
They beat someone else.
Who's that dude on St. Peter's?
Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
I think Doug followed.
Doug McDermott.
Doug followed.
No, not Doug McDermott.
Doug either. We made Doug a tough edit during that run. I remember that. Yeah, Doug was a stud. That run was crazy.
That was sweet.
He had like #1 hoodie in the Barstool store.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's March. Anyone could beat anybody. You can't predict it. Like it's all luck.
That's why I love college basketball. So like,
I love college basketball.
I like the NBA, but
See, I don't.
Back to your NBA question.
The NBA is like lower.
I think the NBA is pretty like. I think
it's chalk.
I think the West is Nuggets or Clippers. No other team has a shot in my opinion.
The East is interesting because
the East.
The Celtics were really good, but they could be beat. The Cavs.
I think the Celtics are the best team.
Yeah.
Probably gets in 7, but I think the West.
I don't know, dude. The Celtics are weird in the playoffs.
They are, but I think the West is pretty much. I think the West is loaded. I mean, there's 10 really good teams.
It's unreal.
But I don't think anyone can stop the Nuggets. I think their starting five is the most perfect starting five you could ever build.
Jokic is just unreal.
KCP
Portal
comes in with the Lakers in 2020. He wins the title. He starts last year with the Nuggets, wins the title. And now they're gonna go into the Western playoffs as the one.
Because I think the West is just. I think the Suns have the role players that are good. They beat them last night.
When we're filming this, they played last night.
Yeah, they beat them last night. I saw that. I don't know. I like the Clippers a lot. I think they're a loaded team. I mean, a lot of playoff underperformers on that squad.
The reason the Clippers might be able to win those because the other day they won a game. But James Harden was like 0 for 10.
Timberwolves.
So he was playoff James Harden already in
they still won
March, and they still won. So that's why I think maybe.
No, I can see that.
What was your thoughts on LeBron hitting 40? So I want 40K. That was
I'm a ginormous LeBron fan.
Are you?
Gigantic.
So my next question was Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, I'm full LeBron. You can't even convince me to even change my mind.
I am too.
Am I doing this again?
Huh?
Am I doing this again?
What? Where you say Michael Jordan's better and we just absolutely...
I respect the take, but...
We're killing your debate. Come on, say it, Jim, because I know...
If LeBron wins one more, he's the greatest.
Okay,
he doesn't even need to win one more.
If LeBron wins one more,
why does he need to win one more?
In my opinion, he's the greatest. But he needs another one.
What's he need another one for?
I don't mind that take.
It just doesn't feel right.
I mean, 4 is. I mean, yeah, I can see that, but it
doesn't feel right.
It's hard to even debate anymore because you can't even have a debate with a LeBron Jordan guy anymore because it's just
And LeBron's also 40.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's still the
that's
the thing. That's the part that's hard for me is that LeBron's so old and he's still really good.
That longevity is crazy.
So I'm a LeBron fan. I think he's better than Jordan. But here's the thing about LeBron. When people talk about how old he is, it kind of throws me off because at the same time we all know it. LeBron plays 60 games a year.
Yeah,
he sits out once
he does. He should though. He has to.
He has to. But
it's smart on the Lakers too. So
right.
Yeah.
But he's good enough to do that. So it's that's why I think if Michael Jordan did that, he would have definitely played until he was 42.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just saving your body. So.
But Jordan played like he played. I didn't watch. I wasn't alive. None of us.
Yeah, none of us. So
But,
I couldn't even see Jordan. Like,
that's like the problem. Is like I never saw Jordan, and everybody's like, I say Jordan's the best. And they're like, you never watched him play.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not. I'm saying LeBron is the best player I've ever seen play with my eyes.
Yeah.
With my 2 eyes.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen and from what I've heard on like videos and stuff,
yeah. A lot of my friends are team. Most of my friends are team Jordan. Like a lot of my boys are all. Jordan. But like LeBron loves Cleveland, so a lot of people judge that off of that.
That is
like
true.
a couple of my friends are the biggest LeBron haters in the world. Like can't watch a LeBron game with them
but that was like
dashing him for 40
minutes. You were
minutes.
in like middle school when that happened, weren't you? When LeBron left Cleveland?
Me?
Yeah.
I was in middle school.
You were in middle school?
I was when he left.
2014. No, the first time I was like 8, 9. Middle school. The second time he left, we won the title in when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, so I was in.
So it's like
6th grade.
Me and my friends. It's like we don't even like remember.
So you don't remember 2016 title?
I remember the 2016 title. I remember that part.
2016 title by heart. I remember where I was that night. Game 7. I was at the parade. I remember all that.
I remember the 2016 title. But like me and my friends don't really remember when he left Cleveland.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't. 2014 was a long time.
Right.
Yeah, the first.
Left the second time.
Yeah.
I mean, 2018. Yeah, I was in middle school. Because I remember I was at a wedding in Greece that June summer. It was July 30 left, I think.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was 2018. LeBron. Yeah, I remember that. I think it was the first time. I don't know why. I just tweaked out.
My first memories.
I was 7 years old when he left the first.
When I was young, like when I was little, my first memories of basketball are like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
Dwayne Wade, love Dwayne Wade.
So it's like,
yeah.
So I never. Like, to be honest, I never thought of LeBron as a Cavs until he came back.
Yeah.
All my family, all my friends are like, LeBron's back. I'm like, back? Like,
yeah.
He was good
back
in
from
Miami. I'm like, back from what?
But a lot judge him off the first time he left, because that's the thing that, because like the whole
and
show.
How he did it,
they were throwing rocks and like bottles at him.
I don't remember that though, but I remember I went his second year back, and his second year in Miami, went to the game in Cleveland, and man, he was getting harassed the whole time.
And then, but it's crazy how all he had to do was say, "I'm coming home," and then all of a sudden he's
loved back. Then he left again. Then he left again, and I doubt he ever comes back. I really hope he does, but I just don't see it.
It would be nuts. I kind of want him to retire in Cleveland.
So I thought about this. I was like, if he goes, he's going to be a guy. He's going to go on a retirement tour. Whatever happens, he's going to announce. This is his last season, and he's going to go on an entire season, get gifts from every team, like in baseball.
Yeah.
So if he came back to Cleveland to do that, and then like the perfect world would be,
they won.
Somehow the Cavs get the money, and all of a sudden they win the title. LeBron goes out holding the trophy with his kid next to him. Like that would be nuts. But
script.
That's
the rig.
If that happens,
a script.
If that happens, then like
dude, you're explaining a movie right now.
The NBA is
like
rigged. I think I just explained Space Jam.
Yeah, it's like, you literally.
You a big baseball guy?
I love baseball.
I like baseball.
So baseball is like, that was like the first sport that I loved.
Yeah.
And then it was like football, and then now
I hate
like,
baseball and everything.
Yeah, see,
it's a boring sport to watch. I don't mind it.
So I like the playoffs.
I used to play baseball. Like I loved playing baseball. But
I like the playoffs. I love the playoffs.
The playoffs are awesome, and for me, like a lot of people can't. I could do this with golf too. Like
I love golf.
On a
golf guy,
big golf guy.
Big golf me as well.
I sit down on like a Friday afternoon after school or in the summer. I'm like, don't talk to me for like 3 hours. Let me just watch my golf from 9 a.m. to like noon. And then I'll do whatever. And then same thing with baseball. I can sit down and watch a 6-hour baseball game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've been in a 6-hour baseball game, but it's like, do I get bored in like the 7th inning? A little bit, but then like in the 8th inning, all of a sudden there's home runs flying. It's like I love that. So
I
I'm a baseball guy.
I think my favorite.
I love golf.
I think my favorite like baseball memory, and this was like when I actually like was into baseball a lot, was when I think it was 2016 Indians. I think it was either 2016 or 2017 when they 16? Went on that crazy win streak. And I was there for 2 of the games.
I was at game
nuts.
1, and then I was at the loss too.
Really?
So
I was at 14 and 15. I was there back-to-back games. I think it was either 14 or 15 or 15 and 16.
I don't know if the loss was at home, but I remember I was at game 1. I think game 1 was Father's Day. I think they started on Father's Day, so I went up and I was sitting in like the bleachers all the way at the back. You see the entire field.
Yeah.
And then I was at either the last game they won or like one of the first losses after. And then they went to the World Series.
Hopefully they're good again, Stan.
No, dude, that World Series was nuts. So unfortunate.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I still think that like they could have played that game. Like I know I'm like biased because I'm an Indians guy, but like, they could have played that game.
Yeah.
They didn't need to call
I think they could have too. I think it was I don't know. That whole situation was weird. But dude, Cleveland literally would have been on cloud 9
if they both.
Well, because that would have been
Cavs
the same year. Yeah,
they were the Cavs on.
And the Browns didn't win a game that year.
Yeah, the Browns were terrible.
It was that same year they didn't win a game.
Nobody
It's
really
cool,
cares
the Browns are
about
back this year though.
Let's be real, nobody really.
No, the Browns are the biggest team in Cleveland.
The Browns are the biggest team in Ohio.
Browns.
It's Ohio State then the Browns.
Ohio State football hasn't done anything in like 10 years, sadly.
See, that's my thing.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
This is a question. Are you a Ohio State guy?
Okay. Growing up, I loved Ohio State football.
I feel like you have to.
And I still do love Ohio State football, but not as much as I used to. I think the fan base is terrible.
There we go. Thank you.
I'm a ball knower. I'm a certified ball
Notre
knower.
Dame hasn't done anything in years.
I think the fan base sucks because they run people out and they expect it's always natty or bust. And I hate to say this, but like I love the Michigan football team this year.
They were awesome.
I love the
Wasn't it awesome?
yeah. And I'm an Ohio State guy. I follow the recruiting like there's no other.
So you might get slammed for things like you're an Ohio State guy, but you love.
No, I don't care. I told my friends. I told my friends this year.
Yeah, I think the Instagram comments aren't gonna like that.
I told my friends this year Michigan's gonna beat them because they care about they preach the rivalry more down there, and it's down the trenches and they win that battle every year with O-line and D-line.
And it was in Ann Arbor.
It is in Ann Arbor.
But they lost
last year by 40 at home. It's just not excuse. There's no excuse to Ohio State losing.
And this is one of the greatest college football teams. Like I know the quarterback. Sure, he handed the ball off 40 times a game. That was one of the best college football.
And I like JJ McCarthy. He's a good dude. He kills all his interviews. He's gonna be a top 10 pick because of the fact that he's a good
and he'll
human.
hand the ball off 40 times a game in the NFL, and he'll probably still.
And I hate him. No, I was a big Ohio State kid growing up, but I still am big. But not as I used to.
So for me, I hate Ohio State. I probably liked Ohio State from ages like 0 to like 4. Then I'm a Notre Dame guy.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Now
with
that
but they're just what have they done?
Nothing. So no, they've done nothing. The only good thing we've done is we've gone to a college baseball World Series, but who cares about
I mean, Ohio State's won 10 years.
World Series.
And Notre Dame hasn't won a national championship in football since like '89.
Yeah, but I mean, the only thing Notre Dame's got going for them is
Ohio State's won 2 since 2000.
Rudy's the only thing. Rudy's the only thing they got going for him. So
the thing with Ohio State though, so like, when I think about Ryan Day. Now this is like a hot take. I think that Ryan Day needs fired. I think I'm one of the guys that's like he started on third base. Like he came in with an Urban Meyer team.
Yeah.
And
like Harbaugh said, stuck on third base.
So here's the thing about Ryan Day. So I'm an Ohio State fan, right?
No, I am too. I like Ryan Day as a recruiter, but I think in big games, in critical moments, he stinks.
I don't even think it's big games.
Play calling.
He won one game.
His play calling in big games stinks.
But I don't think it's big games. I think it's the mission.
But yeah, I think it's a very. It's a good best rivalry you could have.
I don't think it's the big game. I don't think that's the issue because I think
it's the big game.
How is it?
Because
let
me tell you,
take that Georgia game for.
That was a great coach game because his energy was there. When his energy isn't there,
and then he won one other playoff game. He's coached, so he's played in.
Come out.
Literally every year he's been.
Okay, did you expect him to beat that Bama team? Like, come on.
No.
I'm an Ohio State fan.
No, I didn't. But
no one.
The talent though, like the first year off to Michigan we had. JSN, Wilson, Olave, Marv. I mean, the wide receiver room is. I mean, Ohio State is. They say BIA, best in America.
Yeah.
Heartline is the best 100%. Recruiter you could have. They have all the talent in the world at wide receiver. Even this year's Ohio State team is the best Ohio State team in a long time.
Since that national championship.
In a long time, they got the best running back in the portal. They have Caleb Downs. Half the defense is back. The corners, Burke, all those dudes are back.
Now the question.
Will Howard's gonna be all right.
So Howard's the starter.
And McCord,
is he just not McCord that can run? Like,
I mean, McCord, they just ran him out because the fan base expected.
I don't think
him to
Kyle
beat Justin
McCord
Field.
was that big of an issue.
He wasn't that terrible.
If you think about it, nobody really messed with C.J. Stroud when he got there.
See, because the fan base is toxic. That's what my point was. The terrible.
So, like,
the toxic fan base.
There is no reason as a Notre Dame guy. And I have Miami, but that's where I'm going to school, so I kind of like both.
Yeah, don't blame it.
Like Notre Dame. I have no reason to hate Ohio State fans. I have no reason. Besides the fact that
toxic fan base.
They're toxic.
Very toxic.
Every time I bring something up, like a lot of my friends or a lot of people I talk to in general that are Ohio State fans, I'm like, yeah, Notre Dame probably like one of the best teams in the country this year. Like, Ohio State's better. I'm like, I know. I know. But Notre Dame's a top 10 team. They're like, no, they're not. They shouldn't be ranked. I'm like, hold on. They're a top 10 team in the country.
Terrible fan base. And I say
top 10, but where'd they finish?
And I say that.
Yeah, I mean, this year was bad because I was at the Ohio State Notre Dame game, in the end zone
Mm-hmm.
where they scored the game-winning touchdown with
Your
10
heart
guys
get
on the
broken?
field.
Yeah.
Literally look at it. I look at the guy behind me.
So I remember
like,
that
think we
touchdown
had,
got
like,
me a
12
parlay
minutes.
win, so I was jumping up and down.
So, where can we follow you and follow like the trademark company you're going with?
So Trademark is Trademark Creations on Instagram.
Okay.
Trademark Creations. I mean, definitely check it out. Dope work. I mean, just be with TikTok too. We're trying to get going with it, but
Okay.
Instagram we post a lot of stuff. A lot of like Ty does a lot of poster like mixtapes with like agencies we've like worked with. Ty does a lot of, like dope like weekly mixtapes for other guys, just in the NFL season, but now like combine all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that, and you'll see there'll be a lot more work coming. We're trying to work on a lot of stuff because it's just like we just kind of started like all working together with it because it's just him. But it should definitely take off. He's great. Like I never thought I'd meet a kid from like across the country who's like connected with like the same kind of people like I have,
Right.
like all these pros. So it's been like cool to like see his eyes like in the business and like how he's like got to where he's at.
Yeah.
So hopefully it goes good. But
Well, this is episode 2 of Hometown Heroes with Johnny Kotsatos.
appreciate you boys for having me.
No
I
problem.
love,
Thanks for coming on.
love a
Thanks
blast,
for being
man.
here. Yeah, it was a good time.
All right. Remember, Youngstown is home.